大家好. I actually went to Shanghai and this is my journey. I went in the fall of 2023 and it was a total blast. And here we go. So as you can see, this is me just going through the room. I was super excited by the accommodations. They were even better than I had anticipated. And so we went to dinner that night. I really didn't do much during the day. My plane had just come in. I was tired. So we had dinner, and the next day we went out bright and early to explore the campus. We had lunch at a campus restaurant and had a lot of authentic foods. It was delicious. And then we went out into the city with our API director, Corinne. That first night, we went to the Shanghai Tower. It was a giant elevator that took us up so fast and high, my ears popped, and the view was stunning. The next day, we went to Xingbake or Starbucks, the Reserve Roastery in Shanghai. We did try to go to the Sinan bookstore, but it was closed. But we had a great time touring the open-air mansion museum. I will never not be impressed with the depth of their vending machines. I got a yunai natie, a coconut latte, almost every day before class. This was still the first week, so we set out to explore. We went to the Hadassah bookstore, to which I proceeded to live in, and we had a quick orientation session, which led us to our first trip, Beijing. We took the Gaotie, or the high-speed train, which as you can see goes very fast. It took 5 hours from Shanghai, and we packed a lot of stuff in the 3 days. So our first stop was the Temple of Heaven, which was stunning. It had beautiful architecture, smaller museums within. So I traveled with API. There was 4 students, including myself. I recommend traveling with organizations like API. They do a lot of difficult work for us. This was our hotel. This is the first hotel we stayed at. This is still part of the hotel. It's so beautiful. It had the whole koi pond. So the next day we went to Prince Gong's mansions. These actually were architecturally a similar style to the hotel we stayed at. Once our API director brings us to a place, most of the time she gives us free rein to explore and would watch our bags for us, which was very sweet of her. After that, we went to the Forbidden City, and I have to say this was a real treat for me, both with the historical context of the Forbidden City as well as having watched many C-dramas, Chinese dramas that depict the Forbidden City, and getting to walk in it myself was magical. Definitely a lot bigger than the C-dramas would have you believe.
So you just kind of need to push and pull. Oh yeah. 哪有的？
第一步这个是什么？
我不可能用英文。
不，就用中文介绍就行了，用中文。
就是先洗一下茶具。对。
Clean the.
你就用中文说就行了。
洗一下茶具，温壶。
To warm that. To warm the bottom.
To give them a certain temperature in that bowl.
你好。
Put a small bowl in order.
前面的话就是所有的茶具都要先洗一遍。
它为什么这个杯子它都是不同的形状的？
因为这个茶具它已经不够了，对，只能这样了。
I asked why there are different shapes of the cups. He said because the cups are not enough.
你们人实在有点多。
The first thing, the important thing is to clean all the things that she or he use.
这个杯子是什么材质做成的？就是什么样的材质泡茶最好？陶瓷的。
像那个，
您说。
像乌龙的话，这些就是最好的是用那个瓷器。对。像绿茶的话，一般都是用那种玻璃透明的。
So we have different types of cup for different tea. For oolong tea, it's a porcelain cup is the best for oolong tea, and the glass cup is good for green tea.
Different materials fit different kinds of tea.
然后就是茶具洗完了之后，这边就是，
It's a second step.
这边，就是把茶叶放里边。
这是
普洱，对。
普洱 tea.
这是菊花。
This is flower tea, chrysanthemum.
菊花。
然后第二步的话就洗一下茶。
Wash the tea.
然后第二步的话就直接泡茶了。
要泡多久呢？
这个普洱的话不用泡多久，因为它时间太长的话味道就特别浓。对。然后现在就可以出汤了。
OK。
然后里面这个滤网。
亚潮，去一下子。
It's a filter.
哦，对，虽然不谢谢。
像它普洱的话，第一泡就显得不是特别浓，因为它不刚泡开。
然后 第一泡不浓，然后第二泡就越来越浓。
对对对。
So the flavor of this kind of pork tea would get heavier and heavier. The first bottle you may taste the light, and the second bottle, so the flavor is heavier than previous ones.
然后这普洱的话和菊花，他们就是用100度开水。对。
So you just use 100 yeah.
In 100
Boiling
temperature
water.
degree.
So 100 Celsius degree water.
现在的话，就是这边的话，这是第一泡，这个是第二泡。
So there's the first bottle, there's the second bottle. You can see the color here is darker, right? 第二泡就深，颜色更深一些。
对对对，然后这边就可以，然后就可以出汤了。对。
不能盛得太满，是吧？
对，茶的话一般盛7分满，然后酒的话可以盛满分。
这有什么区别吗？
就是茶的话，你盛满分的话，就相当于是去客了，就不礼貌了。
然后这个酒就是表示诚意，是吧？
对。
Okay, so that if you fill the teacup, you cannot fill too much, very full. If you fill the cup very full, that means you do not welcome the guest. So just now, I just gave you very full cup. I'm sorry, I didn't know that. But if you drink the liquor, the white liquor, you should make the cup, fill the cup very full to express your sincerity. That's the difference between, filling the tea and the liquor.
好，这可以分给大家。
这个在喝茶的时候有什么讲究吗？我当时他们跟我说，他喝茶的时候就是你要出声是吗？声音越大越好。
不，喝茶不是。
是吧？但是之前我
不出声的。
不出声，但我之前来这儿，他们有说这个喝茶这个是要出声的。您这边的茶艺师说，所以不知道是哪个是准确的。
就是喝茶的话，出声不太礼貌吧？
是吗？
对。
他们因为之。
I was really glad we made this change. We ended up writing our Chinese names, but Katie didn't know hers, so she just wrote the character for me.
If it's here at the top. Dang, this is really fast, yeah.
But this is a two-way, so we can just get this another way back. But today the weather is not that nice, right? But it's still okay.
I think it looks cool because it's all like misty.
We were in Beijing, so of course we went to the Great Wall, Chongcheng, and it was so fun, but way steeper than I had at all imagined. Funny enough, there was actually a thunder and lightning storm, so they had to, by law, stop the cable cars. So we ended up waiting in a line for about 2.5 hours with a bunch of other Chinese people waiting to get down. We did eventually, though. We didn't get back from Beijing till about 1 a.m. and we had our very first day of classes at 8 a.m. that day.
Home 是 narrower 啊，在汉语我们有很多很多的 narrower 的，我们叫什么呀？
我已经早我说我的同学，我说你没什么事。
tofu dish that isn't vegetarian.
For the Mid-Autumn Festival, we celebrated with dinner and a night at KTV karaoke, but in private rooms.
Should have filmed this interaction, but I completely forgot. But I got a vegetable and a meatball. So they sell them for like 2 yuan. So it's so cheap. It's like pennies. I don't know how many pennies. It's very, very cheap. And they're so good. This is my breakfast. It's all fun.
Boston it can be really pretty, but I think it's still more dirty than here. Especially when it comes to like train and everything.
Yeah.
Quick break for mandatory tourist photos. Yay! Great scenery to do it.
So me and my friend Abby, who's also American, we had to go to museums for a history project. They went to the Sihong warehouse and I chose the Shanghai Jewish Refugee Museum, which was kind of killing two birds with one stone because it had been something I had been really wanting to visit.
Oh my gosh, I'm so annoying. Can you take it?
The first time I went to the Shanghai Jewish Refugee Museum, I did not record enough footage, so I ended up going again, and it was worth it.
And I think it's good because there's like it's obviously really tragic, and especially when I first got here it's really difficult, but it's still really optimistic and it works.
I do think that this is history that often gets overlooked. During the Holocaust, over 20,000 Jewish people fled to Shanghai for sanctuary.
Lunchtime. Ooh. Yum. 好吃.
This was a day where I went to explore. There's a massive mall right next to my school called Global Harbor, and I spent way too much money there.
First, 今天你们吃早饭了吗？
没吃。
你们每天不吃早饭，所以每天早上来所以我要哭了。对啊，大家早上的时候应该有 energy 嘛，对不对？那么谁吃早饭了？谁吃了？很好，吃早饭是一个很好的 habit。对的啊，好的，好，那么他吃早饭了。Now 现在我们问他 ，What did you eat for breakfast? So your breakfast ate what? Is the order 啊。So 今天早饭
什么？
你
吃了
什么？OK， 回答。
我今天早上吃了一个 chocolate croissant。
你不能说他的
我不知道。
OK， 没关系啊。好的，你看他的 answer。我今天 OK 可以有 time before or after Saturday 都可以。 他今天早上吃了 ，OK 啊 ，mirror word 和 object 吃了一个巧克力可颂，就是可颂啊，对的，就是巧克力可颂啊，因为巧克力咖啡啊、可颂啊、麦当劳，因为不是中国的，所以我们就是汉语的 translation 啊。好的，你看这个 object， 他吃了一个巧克力可颂，那么这个 the after verb 后面有a lot of different objects。还有谁吃早饭的同学们？阿德里亚吃早饭吗？没吃。你们不喜欢吃早饭吗？还是没有时间吃早饭？没有时间吃早饭，要睡觉吗？对。但是昨天早上我问大家几点起床，他们说6点、7点，但是不吃早。
This mistranslation is hilarious, but also proof why we need more people speaking other languages. Studying abroad, you have to actually study, and I was a little nervous about the course rigor in China, but the biggest difference that I noticed was less in the intensity of something as opposed to the quantity. There was just a lot of work, and it was very fast paced, as opposed to, in at least my experience at American University, where it was a lot of smaller assignments that are harder or more challenging. So that's the biggest difference that I noticed. There is a little regret. I definitely spent a lot of time studying and not enough time exploring, and I did pass up opportunities, but a work fun balance is something that I've always struggled with, even in American university. So this was just another facet of that challenge. My professor asked me to read aloud number 12. As you can see, I had some difficulty doing that. There was a lot of studying. I was working hard. But this was my favorite trip. We went to Wuzhen. Even on the bus, I was doing homework and practice, to which my API director did not approve. Every street we walked down had tons and tons and tons of stores that were renting hanfu and other traditional Chinese clothing. Because Wuzhen is a traditional town, it's a hot spot for dressing up and walking around and taking nice pictures. So, of course, we had to too. Everyone wanted to take pictures with us. Foreigners in Hanfu is very exciting. We could barely eat dinner in peace, but it was really fun. Wuzhen specifically is a water town. There's quite a few of them, but there's a lot of these old water towns that are still fully functional and still have a combination of residents and tourism, and they're really, really cool. I will have to credit the amazing Katie for these amazing photographs. She gave me such a full photo shoot. I gave her one as well, or at least I hope I did. And she was the best roommate and friend to have throughout these adventures. Now we step into the other side of Wuzhen during the day. You can see a bit more why it's called a water town. There was a lot to do in Wuzhen. There was a performance of bamboo pole climbing, which was right over the water. It was very stressful but very fun. As you can see here, we took a ride on the boat and we had something to drink. We all kind of explored on our own as well. And sometimes there was random live performances. After a great weekend trip, I had to get back on that grind. To compensate, I went out to dinner with my Chinese friend Diana.
How are we gonna eat all of this?
Our next API excursion was to Suzhou. Unfortunately, only me and Spencer could go due to the others needing to study. I completed everything so that I didn't have to worry about it during this trip. We went to this temple that was so peaceful. It was beautiful. Our next stop was the Suzhou Library. It actually had a full exhibition on the top floor. It was so cool. At the end of the day, we went to Panmun Scenic Spots and it was stunning. They light everything up and it's this combination of beautiful lights and brightness next to these old-fashioned and traditional architectural buildings. And it's such a fun combination, and it's kind of how I associate Suzhou in general. The last thing we did is we took a boat on one of the big canals that Suzhou is famous for. Back in the classroom, this was the result of my 听写, our listening and writing tests that we had almost every day. I had gone to Global Harbor with the one simple goal of simply getting dinner. I kind of wanted this specific type of duck we had had on our first night here, and instead I got distracted by this stunning bookshop.
我去咖啡店学习。下雨，走吧。
So this was the walk to the Hadassah bookstore coffee shop, and it was raining very hard. I got soaked, but it was really important because this was the weekend right before my final exam in my Chinese class. People always ask me how I memorize characters, especially considering stroke order, and I don't have a good answer for that. The only way that I found is to just write it over and over again, and that's what I'm doing here. We were back at the Starbucks, just me and my API director, because I can't procrastinate, so I did everything for my exams right away, and it gave me time to have fun and enjoy this matcha latte. Those tomatoes were the best tomatoes I've ever eaten in my life. I'm not exaggerating.
T7. Yeah, it's really pretty. Yes. The most important thing is this is the. So don't feel me. So. Okay.
We went to another tea house, which was very relaxing. I was a little stressed out because originally I was supposed to meet Corinne way earlier, but I completely messed up the metro. And the metro is very easy in Shanghai, so it was a really silly mistake, but Corinne was obviously used to it. It's part of her job, and it definitely intimidated me a bit more about exploring on my own, but it's okay. I learned and I grew from it. It was good to have some calm because I had a very long day this day. I had 2 classes this day, and both of them had decided upon field trips. So my Chinese class, we went to Duolun Road and Tian'ai Road, and we had a bit of a scavenger hunt. We had to find certain Chinese characters. One of my classmates there had purchased a fan from one of the local shops, and the shushu, the uncle, was super sweet and gave her some of this gorgeous calligraphy for free. Duolun Road had a modern art museum, and they had an exhibition this day, so my teacher was very excited to let us pop in, and this was my favorite exhibition. It had all of these beautiful sculptures entirely out of confections, wafers and bread and tons of other things, but it was super cool and it smelled so good. But many signs were warning people not to eat anything. 别吃. I made a rather hasty exit from my Chinese class, but I did make it in time for my globalization and urbanization classes to Town. I just narrowly was able to make the bus.
I was wondering, do you have a Zaxby's in Texas? I was like
As the name implies, Town is actually a British town in Shanghai.
But I guess that was my bad because they were like, "Hey, are you still available? Because we need another we need one more person for this day." I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." I don't know. So they think that nobody would really come.
Town was really cool, but the best part was definitely the last bookshop that we visited. My weakness is bookshops. This was not good for my wallet.
What is it? I don't like the live action. Actually, no, I don't like any of them.
Because of my metro snafu, we rescheduled the tea house that I missed, and I got to go with Katie. It was super fun. We got free tea and photo shoot for the management's promo. My friend Ajun actually worked at the Shanghai Polytech along with her fiance, and she so amazingly got me tickets, and we went to her fiance's house for food and dress up, and then we also went to the little old coffee shop that had just opened. This is right near the theater, and we got a lovely shot heading back right before we picked up her fiance and went to dinner.
gotcha.
The play was super fun. This is Ting Ting, who's Ajan's roommate, and that brings us to Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving. The international students held it. I helped make the food.
Katie.
This is one of the funniest examples and reasons why I didn't do as much recording as I would have wanted to, because this happened a lot.
Katie.
We had another field trip in my globalization and urbanization class, this time to the Sports or Martial Arts Museum, and it was really interesting. Our guide only spoke Chinese, so it was a bit more of a challenge, but a good one. It made me really have to focus and listen to Chinese. That's Chloe, and she was also super great and fun to go on adventures with. Right after this trip to the museum, we actually went along to the Bund, to Five Guys, more importantly, and to Manor Coffee to get the tiramisu flavor latte, which was so good. And look how beautiful the Bund is.
今天我有很有意思，我们的去图书馆，上海图书馆，还有 municipal 楼，很玩儿，但是我回宿舍的时候，我突然又感冒了，不舒服，所以我需要睡觉。我还要上课，对，我明天还去上课。我觉得我们拍相，他们拍相我们，所以说要。Anyways， 晚上好。
I was actually sick for a few days before I was able to go back to class.
今天晚上8点半才下课，所以我去吃饭。食堂不开，我不知道说什么。所以快餐店
点。我很累，有累有饿，又晚。再见。我是要。
I'm back to studying here, but those last two vlogs are really important to me because I was really trying and succeeding to put together sentences in an actual vlog in Mandarin. Not to detract, I did go to the middle school for the young students so I could help be a judge at their English competition. They were so cute and it was such a blast. These were only first graders. They were like very little, and this was the gift they gave the judges for coming. So this is what I mean when I really can't procrastinate. I woke up super early and I began writing my final research paper for my globalization and urbanization class. Now, I still had about 2.5, almost 3 weeks before it was due, but it was stressing me out and I needed to get it done. So I got a nice big breakfast that I could take with me. Katie was still sleeping and I began to work, and yeah. I worked on this research paper for a total of 8 hours and I pretty much completed it, or at least what ended up being a first draft of it. My professor was super sweet, and since I had turned it in so early, she read it once and gave me some critiques so that I could actually turn in another draft. She said if I was using my time like this, that she would give me that opportunity, and I thought that was really cool. After the 8 uninterrupted hours of doing this paper, I stopped and had only about an hour of time before I actually had to go to my history class's final examination that was in person. It was also an essay style, but he gave us a choice of prompts and we only had to do 2 of the 4 he had. But I did a lot of work that day. I definitely lost all motivation by the end of it. I was so drained, but I could be lazy afterwards. I finished all of my exams, so I could be lazy. And it just happened to work out that when I was leaving my history final, my friend Jenny, who's from Vietnam, actually was going to Global Harbor.
尝一尝啊，尝一尝，尝一尝，尝，哦，尝一尝，尝一尝，我也尝一尝。我很高兴，那个是 mini puffs， 真好吃，真好吃。Well, thoughts? It's
so tiny.
It's crunchier than I expected.
Me too. Oh, it's more like chocolate. Like a strawberry white chocolate.
Yeah, it's like a. It tastes like the strawberry hockey stick.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah. That's like insanely accurate. Yes. The honk really.
After such an exhausting day, hanging out with Jenny was exactly what I needed. We went to a Vietnamese coffee bar. Jenny was actually super sick, so I also treated her to some warm soup. She needed it. I don't exactly remember why, but for some reason I wasn't able to make a excursion through API to the Modern Art of Pudong, which was a shame, but Corinne is amazing and made sure that she was able to take me there, and it was so worth it. I love art. I love the creativity in some of the exhibitions. It was such a cool experience. Like this word with the mirror, it's so cool. And that was the top of it. It was so beautiful. I came at the perfect time and I literally stood here for like 45 minutes watching the sunset and just taking a big breath. Corinne hadn't come with me, so I was able to grab a coffee. She gets very concerned about drinking coffee when it's too late. And then we had a delicious dinner. And this is actually the first night of Hanukkah. And I didn't really have much of a way to celebrate except to go to get tongyan, which is usually eaten during festive occasions. And it's my favorite food that I tasted in Shanghai. So I did some solo exploration once I had gotten over my fear with the metro, but it was super fun. This stretch is so beautiful. It's West Nanjing Road and it's so beautiful. I just saw these like stunning lights and followed them, and it was some sort of like Dior advertising campaign.
Exploration time, because we finished judging our very intense and competitive English competition where me and Katie just gave everyone 9s and 10s. And so yeah, this is really beautiful. The whole carousel, there's a Starbucks, might come back to her later. Look how authentic.
She's so pretty.
Whoa.
So cool. I wonder if we can go in and just like say, oh, can we look around?
Can we just have tea?
Dude.
Spontaneous tea, yeah.
Is it expensive?
Specifically that you can just walk down the streets and you'll just find another just massive like 3 to 4 story mall. Like just minding your own business, walking down Shanghai. Oh,
just fine. It's not
giant mall. Wait, that's an actual municipal police car?
that? No.
Yeah. It's not a toy.
No,
It's
no.
real.
No, it's definitely a toy.
No, it's real.
No, it's
Got a whole racetrack and the tiny cars. I like the. Yeah, let's go. I know it's a big surprise. No one would ever suspect that I would like that. Okay, so we got our Starbucks.
yeah. I'm really gonna miss going back to the States and not being around people 24/7 that are also learning Chinese.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna miss the Chinglish. I'm gonna miss just being able to say something like, "Oh, you see one," and people know what I mean. You know, or I'm just gonna go back to the States and people are gonna be like, "What? That's so weird."
Yeah. 对，我也想。Especially, talking with, the Japanese international student across the hall and stuff. Like, the only way to communicate her is with Chinglish.
Yes.
Because she doesn't speak very much English, which is great.
It helps my learning so much, and I'm just gonna like hide myself from everyone, study in my room, and then become really good friends with my Chinese teachers in the States, and that's gonna be my learning circle.
You make do with what you got.
It was a really good conversation to be able to get on film too. But then we went to the Shanghai circus and it was pretty crazy. This was also with just me and Katie. I believe Spencer and Enzo had done it a different day.
The same exact shape.
It was so fun. The bathroom was very photogenic and my color. So of course we took a few photos.
Very cute.
After the circus, Katie and Corinne left, but I stayed to explore the little Christmas market that seemed to have popped up at this particular mall. I think there was a surprising amount of Christmas stuff. Even though it's not quite celebrated the same way, it definitely has become a big Western trend, and a lot of times the big Western trends tend to be really popular in Shanghai and in other big Chinese cities, especially amongst the younger crowd. Once again, I had my tiramisu latte from Manor Coffee. I was not sponsored. I wish I was, but no. I just love that flavor so much, and I'm so upset there's no Manor Coffee in America. This was just my walk to the metro station, to which you can go through to Global Harbor. I went to the Tim's for a breakfast, and it always gets me every time that the uniform is flannels, at least at the Tim Hortons here. And then I tried to explore. I wanted to go to the Sinon bookshop, the one that had been closed when we were supposed to go during an API trip, and I was super excited to explore this area. Professor had made a point to tell me that the Sinon bookshop closes at 5 p.m., which was true, and I made sure I got there way before then. However, it was still closed because they always close for the full Monday. But I was not disheartened. I still had a great exploration and a walk around the area, and I made plans to come back that Friday. I got a surprise flowers for Katie, but apparently I'm bad at surprises because I posted it on an Instagram that she could see. It was still very wholesome, but I don't know why I did that. It didn't occur to me that she would just see that.
Oh, sweet. That's so fun. What'd you guys end up getting?
Yep. Beijing 烤鸭.
Ooh, 好吃.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying.
I miss what we had in Beijing so bad.
The Beijing trip was kind of lit. Like, that was...
It was so good.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a little scrapbook for Korean.
That's so cute.
I don't know what I'll do with it, you know.
That's okay. Well, we'll see her next week.
Yeah, I think I'll have it ready by then.
Okay.
What's that on your window?
Oh, it's just like the Schmitz here?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Schmitz, what a good word.
Oh, it's a Jewish word.
Yeah, of course. A lot of good words in English are Jewish words.
Yeah, it's great. It's for like anything that's a little dirty, but you don't know what it is.
Of course.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
When I look back through it.
Oh, I need to. Oh. It's a good song. Halting. Okay. 打包。
好吧，谢谢。
It was kind of crazy to see little changes, like even just the way I did my makeup, because all the girls were doing their makeup this way in the very Douyin fashion. So that's what I did too.
Slow exposure thing.
Cotton candy. Wait, do you say cotton candy or do you say floss? I say fairy floss.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite way to say it. Mainly like holidays. You don't see sweet spices not in holidays. Bro, they have latkes.
This was the last night of Hanukkah, so I went to the Christmas fair, of course. But to my surprise, I was really excited that they had those potato pancakes that were pretty much latkes. I had a great time even though Enzo had left a bit early, but it was still really fun. And since Christkindlmarkt Market was right there, I decided to go to the Bund again because the Bund is so beautiful. That's actually the modern art of Pudong. I could see it across the way, and it's so relaxing. It was really fun to watch as each building got lit up because I was there a little earlier than normal.
早在9月份，我就拍摄了空荡荡的宿舍，但是现在。很多衣服。
I was finally able to get back to the Sinan bookshop. This time I went with Jenny. It was raining. It was the perfect day to chill out at a cozy bookshop. They even had this sort of exhibition on their top floor too. We got lunch.
I know, right?
It was super delicious. And we went to the makeup store, which once again, kryptonite. And we got a lot of delicious treats.
It's okay. I don't dislike it, but I don't love it.
I gotta tell my friend loves it.
So that looks so interesting.
I will give you a bite. Yeah.
Jenny and I ended the day with me showing her the Tang Yuan. It's so good. It's a rice outer layer and then inside is black sesame, but it's super sweet. It kind of reminds me of peanut butter.
Yeah. Oh, you know what this is? This is blood pudding.
Oh, blood pudding. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I don't. As a Vietnamese, I also don't eat it. Here, you want your
the mango one or the how do you say?
persimmon? Oh, watermelon.
Fine with the current selection, or do you want to
Yeah.
add?
No, I think this is good.
So then I'll shut
She's
up.
yeah. She's adding like a drink.
Yeah, I think I want this one.
This one? Okay. Hala.
We actually had dessert before dinner. We met up with some of our German friends and we had a great hot pot dinner, but we missed the last metro ride home, so we walked. It was quite a long walk, but they all had done it a million times, so it seemed pretty simple and gave us a lot of time to talk.
Why?
I literally hate opening WeChat.
It is
My
annoying.
phone is out of storage.
It'll also
So
load
it
for
keeps-
ever, and then it'll like accidentally make it so I click like my WeChat for tablet and want me to disconnect, and I'm like, no.
That's why I don't go on WeChat a lot. If they don't have the storage thing, I would be a lot better.
Not long after, me and Chloe went to Koreatown. Korea night markets is super popular here in Shanghai. We had tiramisu, as you can see here. It was so good.
See my breath in here though. Yeah, I don't think there's heating.
We rocked around for a bit here. This is actually where we did some bargaining. I got some really nice shoes and a beautiful hairpin, and I got it for a fraction of the price, but they probably did upsell it so that they could be talked down.
Lights.
There should not be a. You don't need a reason. Exactly. Have cheery lights.
Exactly.
You'll have that.
After we came to an agreement that lights should be all year round, we had dinner
came out and they were done.
saw a water show that is free from the mall.
Quickly, translate into Chinese using. Oh, okay, that's actually really.
Yeah.
Oh. Just gotta get that.
We couldn't believe that it was happening, but this was actually our last API excursion. This was exactly 1 week before I left Shanghai. This was the Sunday, and I left the following Saturday.
So you only want Shanghai.
Okay. It's like a lot of logic puzzles. You have to be able to like
That's kind of fun.
accurately reason.
This was our lunch. We went to a Mexican themed place in Shanghai. It was really good. After that, we went to a stunning tea house.
Harry Potter.
That's so cool.
We got a little lost, but that really like starry pattern on the top of that part of the metro was so worthwhile. Then we went to the Bund. It was very cold, but I got a really beautiful picture. And then we headed to the Christmas market again, this time with API.
Can I film your rockin' attire for my video?
Of course.
Amazing. 10 out of 10 fashionista.
Sit down.
This Christmas market also was on top of a hotel that had a beautiful view of the Bund. So that alone made it an extra special than the other Christmas market. We had dinner nearby. This was also really amazing. It had a beautiful view and was also Mexican themed, like our lunch. There was this area in the French concession that I had been the first time with API, but for some reason I completely missed it my second time. So I went again with Chloe and with Jenny at one point, and we thoroughly explored what I had missed. I felt so silly for not realizing it had been right parallel to where I had been, blocked by buildings, but I got it. This was a really special restaurant that Jenny had been so excited to take me, and it was so well worthwhile. It was called Roland, and you got to see them make these like pastries right in front of you. They're like these light spongy like Castilla cakes, but then on the inside has the like delicious cream in them. They were so good. We waited in line for maybe half an hour to 40 minutes. They came around and gave us a little card, and you had to have that card. There were actually people who had bought some, but then they had to get back in line again to get the card. So they had gotten like almost several cakes at this point, but they had been waiting for hours on end. I can't blame them though.
Honestly,
Jenny then took me to Tianzifang, which is one of the most notorious tourist spots for souvenir shopping.
it's a great place for souvenir shopping.
Which is perfect, actually.
This shop was super cool. I ended up getting way too much stuff here. I got 2 bags that had scents, herb scents put inside, and I got 3 big bags of tea that I am embarrassed to admit how much it cost.
谢谢。这个呢？
这款是去湿气的，像女孩子冬天手脚冰凉、有宫寒的可以喝这个。
甜的。哇，很甜。
好喝。
操。
哦。
有很多梅子。
One of the things I find really cool about Shanghai is the 小吃 culture, which is small snacks, literally, but the amount of like small but satisfying foods that aren't quite a meal that you can just get from the vendors anywhere is so fun, and it allows you to try so many different things.
Our child. Oh my god. Wow.
Look at her inside.
Yeah.
Get your cheese pull.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I don't know.
You can do it. Ooh, you got the whole piece. You win.
I don't know what to do with this thing.
Just let it drop on the thing.
That's really good.
I really like that sauce.
Yeah. Ooh.
We had to explore this candy shop because it was my favorite color, pastel pink, and I ended up buying these like almost Ferrero Rocher, but they were strawberry flavor.
Yeah. What's the chocolate?
It's got such a crispy, like, you know those like rice crisp candy? Like
We also got some postcards, but they were for ourselves, not to send to anyone.
There's like a dude watching us.
Proof that it's like actual chicken and not just a weird branded meat paste.
Look. It's juicy chicken
It's
too.
like good quality. And they fried it, so it's a lovely crispy coat.
Yeah. So after Kentucky, we got our Tao Mei.
I'll do a taste test. Hold on.
Ooh, taste test.
Very
good.
Or I have like
crunchy outside.
It's fine.
Ooh, they're so good. Oh my god.
I still had to say goodbye to Corinne, who was our API director. She just did so much for us.
Yes.
And we had a one-on-one trip. It was so special. And it was such a beautiful stretch that we went down, and we had such good authentic foods. Corinne even knew me so well that she made sure we got these giant tongue yan, and it was so good. I was still feeling a little down after saying goodbye to Corinne, because even though in my heart, in both our hearts, we knew that we'll see each other again, we also just don't know exactly when that will be. This is guokai, and it's so delicious. I ended up getting it a few nights on my last few weeks there. It's so comforting, it's super warm, comes out fresh. It's a flatbread, but usually there's some veggies and some deep flavor in them. So this is from my last day. I was kind of rush packing, It was the Friday morning. I immediately put my laundry in so I didn't have any dirty clothes to take with me because I was leaving early Saturday. In most things about study abroad, you only see the big, cool, happy parts. And those are great, but I was really conflicted here. On the one hand, I was super excited to go home and see my family, but on the other hand, I was kind of heartbroken to leave Shanghai. I met up with Jenny and Katie for my last dinner in Shanghai.
Panda. 还可以。
有点太甜，但是我们可以。I don't know how to say it.
说语音。
Maybe we could have asked them for less sugar. 可以问他们
少甜一点。对，多少。
是。Yeah, I didn't think of that before.
They're so beautiful.
Wow. We're here at the same time. Yes.
Wow. It's so pretty.
Wow, it's like a whole atmosphere.
Yeah. So pretty.
The other time I was walking with my friend and we were literally like, okay, we're just gonna grab some bakery treats, and then somehow we ended up in like a really fancy restaurant.
No.
I don't know how it ended. Like,
where am I?
Okay.
And this is all thanks.
Yeah, we're going with it.
This is all thanks to Luo.
Yes, thank you, Luo.
Thank you. Thanks, Luo.
Oh my god.
We appreciate you. 谢谢你.
I like atmosphere so much. It's like a little road, a path.
It's
like,
so pretty.
If y'all want, y'all can walk.
Bruh. Alright. Dude, this is actually crazy. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ruin this. I mean, in a good way. Wow. 谢谢. Oh my goodness. Wow. Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
Luo. Oh my god.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, I'm a little nervous because so okay. Normally, I don't really like I'm not a big red meat. Like I don't like it when it's still pink, but it's really good. Alright, getting live action.
Yes. Look at this.
This is spoon packaging.
Yunnan too.
Ah,
Where?
good.
Yeah.
Look at you go. You're so good at this.
Chinese Dior, let's go. Wow, the spoon is hard plastic too. Look at this.
Yeah, it's a good quality.
Dang. I would feel bad throwing this away. Okay. Do I? Yeah, I'll do that. I'm scared of opening this.
It's okay because it's not full. It's just the whipped cream. Oh my god, no! It's just the whipped cream, so you're not gonna knock any liquid down.
Okay. Can you help me pull my mask down real quick?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. It's so good.
Oh my god.
The way you lit up. Yes.
It's good.
It's so good. I love
it. It is like flavored
too.
Oh my gosh, it's everywhere.
It does happen that way, yeah. It's worth it though.
I don't want to waste any
whipped cream. I know, right? We were having a packing party. I thought it was so funny. She's so gentle when she puts her clothes away, right?
Guess what? They're all dirty.
I was very aggressive, but they are clean, so I don't know. I guess we're inverse.
It was really hard to say goodbye to Katie. We were both very emotional, so I did not film that.
Getting ready.
Hey. Arrives in 3 minutes.
This
God, look at that dog crossing the street. Look at this dog.
Oh. Dog footage.
Are they wild?
A lot of, I think some of them are. It doesn't look like they have, well, I know that one has a collar. That one's not.
Come near us, please.
They're just running around.
It's crazy.
They're so cute though. Can't be mad at them.
I've seen dogs here follow traffic, like literally sit and wait for the green. It's crazy. Okay.
Well, if you stuck around to the end of this, thank you so much. I had a great time in Shanghai. I think there were ups and downs like there is in any place, but overall, it was so worth the experience. My Chinese improved so much, and I will always be grateful to have this opportunity.